Hey everybody, this is Kevin from CrackBerry.com bringing you a pre-release look at the BlackBerry 8220, currently codenamed KickStart. It's RIM's first ever BlackBerry flip phone, and it's not quite like any other BlackBerry we've ever seen before. Definitely not. But it's kind of cool. You know, it looks good sitting on a desk. It feels good in the hand. A little bit thick, but not too bad. Before we get to the inside of the phone, let's look at the outside. You got a hole there for your lanyard, which is cool. Mute key. You got your headset jack, 3.5 mil. Micro USB port versus mini USB port, a little bit different to BlackBerry users. Left side convenience key. We've got speaker ports on the bottom to let the sound out. Right side convenience key. And you got plastic buttons for the volume up down. A little cheap, but still not bad. And you've got an accessible micro SD card slot. Nice. On the back, we've got a BlackBerry logo. It looks pretty pimpin'. And we've got the battery release door. All good. Front of the device is kind of the money maker here. It looks good. At the top, you've got your 2 megapixel camera. To the left of it, you have a flash. Thank you, RIM. And to the right, flashing red there, you got the notification light, which you need because, hey, we got messages to check. And there you have it, the external LCD screen. 160 by 128 pixels. Shows you all the essentials, including messages, which you can scroll through on the phone using the volume up-down keys. Pretty cool. When you have a message you want to read, you can let it sit there for a second. It'll actually display the contents of the message. And from there, you can flip it open, and it will display. And now we're looking at the inside of the 8220 here. Let's clear these old guys out of the way and make some room. And, you know, first impression, opening up the flip, it's big. It's a big-looking flip phone on the inside, which really isn't a bad thing. It makes it very usable, and it means you got a big screen to use. Just makes it look a little plain. You got some dead space below the keyboard. The hinge takes up room. You know, let's look at that hinge. You know, it's a unique action on it. Pretty easy to open and close one-handed. Very comfortable angle against your head while you're speaking on it. Very comfortable to hold one-handed. It's kind of the ultimate for one-handed ease of use. I actually really like it. Looking at the screen, it's nice and big. It's 240 by 320 pixels. So basically, take your curve, turn it sideways, and that's what you're looking at. Same sort of resolution that I can tell. Looking at the keyboard, you know, it's massive, and you can actually, though it's a sure-type keyboard, you can grasp this thing with two hands and go 2 thumbs firing if you want on it. It's got those guitar frets like the Bold has that provides further separation. Compared to the Pearl here, look at it. The keys are basically twice the size, and you know, sure-type, I'll take it any day. It's KickStart's probably twice as easy to type on. Bigger screen too, so I mean, if you compare features and OS, the KickStart's really the winner over the existing generation of Pearl on the market, in my opinion. You know, standard BlackBerry buttons there, not really different. What is different though is the trackball. You can actually see it's sort of inset into the device, and that's done so that when you close the flip, the Pearl's not sticking out and hitting the display. Comes with a trade-off. It's not as easy to use, so if you grab that Pearl, or that's a dummy phone, let's grab a curve here that's real. You know, standard-wise, you can sort of use your thumb flat on the trackball, and with the KickStart, because it's inset, you basically are forced to go at a steeper angle. But it's not too bad. You get used to it. Overall build quality of the phone feels pretty good. You know, it's a consumer-oriented phone. I like it. Hopefully it comes in at a low price point. And like the BlackBerry Bold, it's rocking OS 4.6. This one's got my faves on it, so you know it's going to T-Mobile. And it has all the OS 4.6 goodness we've come to see from previews of the BlackBerry Bold. Updated skin, new options. You can delete apps off the home screen, that kind of thing. Let's look at the options here in the About screen. You can see it is in fact a BlackBerry 8220. This guy has Edge, no 3G in the KickStart. And the 8220 is Wi-Fi, while the 8210 will have GPS. Let's look at the memory. About 65 megs of free space right now. It had 75, I think, when I first fired it up. So not too bad, but we could always use more space for apps, that's for sure. And the new menu option on the flip phone, external notifications. So you can change your options and settings here. Automatic backlight on and off, notification details, duration of message, and you can change your alert review mode. And with my faves, you can set it to that. Then if we save this and go back to the external LCD, you can actually see your faves on the outside of the phone when it's closed. Pretty cool. Let's just change that back quick. And what should we check out next? Maybe we will check out the web browser. Everybody loves to look at the web browser, and everybody loves to compare web browsers to the iPhone. So let's visit our sibling site, the boys over at the iPhone blog, and it renders really well. Compared to the older BlackBerry OS browser, on 4.2.2 on my Curve, it won't even pull up the page. So let's compare it to an iPhone 3G, and you can see it's pretty close. I mean, the iPhone's got a nicer screen there, and it's bigger, so we'll zoom in here on the page. But the Berry browser is getting a lot better, and I think it's going to keep getting better. RIM's figured out that people are demanding good browsers, and I'm sure they have a lot of people working on it. YouTube. Everybody wants to watch YouTube videos on their BlackBerry, and with the KickStart, that's not a problem. Let me pull up my second favorite after new haircut video here. Hit Me on My BlackBerry. Thank you to Tunde for writing the song, and Nameless Liar for putting this funny, hilarious, stellar video together. Let's watch a few seconds.
Yeah, we in the pub, man, we sippin' on bud. Not in the can, yo, we buy by the jug. I keep a BlackBerry right down by my nuts. If shorty wanna holler down, girl, hit me up. Hit me on my BlackBerry, hit me on my BlackBerry, hit me on my BlackBerry, hit me on my BlackBerry. Talking about the bold and the curve or the pearl, girl. Hit me on my BlackBerry, hit me on my BlackBerry. Hey, we BlackBerry pimpin'. Yeah, they iPhone trippin'.
I'm sorry, guys. I had to play it to that point. I'm sorry. Even iPhone lovers will appreciate the humor in that. Come on. And I appreciate all smartphones. I just happen to like BlackBerry's best. But I digress. Back to the OS. Let's take a look at the media center on the BlackBerry. Pictures app. Same old. The camera seems to work pretty well. Here's a shot of my girlfriend Erica. She tends to yawn when I talk to her about BlackBerries, but she does love her Curve, so that's not bad. Yeah, but for the most part, other than the slightly different skin, the media center is basically the same, which isn't a bad thing. The video player, music player, it all works well. I know there's some people hoping for some sweeping changes to the music player, and I'm sure that will come at some point. Diving into the applications folder, docs to go and all that stuff is included. Games folder, it's not just Brick Breaker anymore. We've got Texas Hold'em, Sudoku, Klondike, nice to see. Games are good. And what else should we look at here? Oh, the clock. Everybody loves the clock on 4.6 for good reason. The old clock's lacking some features and functions, but now we've got a stopwatch and a timer and multiple skins for the clock. So if we go here, we can actually switch to flip clock, and it'll change it inside, but of course it'll carry through to the outside of the phone. Very cool. And I'm a really big fan of bedside mode, which allows you to turn off the flashing LED or even the radio, which is wicked. Last thing we'll look at, 4.6 has a really cool accessibility feature built in, which allows you to sort of modify the themes. You can actually change the grid layout of icons on your home screen. And there's a new option called reverse contrast, which basically flips things around, as you're seeing now. Kind of crazy. Now we're going four grid pattern instead of 5 icons across. And that's it. Let's leave it at that. BlackBerry KickStart 8220. They're going to sell a lot of these to teenagers around the world and others too. Let's hope they price it right. Kevin out.